Hi, my name is D.S.FEBRUARY, and this is my Golf It map, Walk in the Woods, holes 13, 14, and 15. And the reason I'm starting out here is because I actually did adjust hole number 12. I gave it some visual tweaks, as well as adding a bit of a skylight hole right here that actually connects to outside. And then just a little bit of water, a little bit more just set design in general, but not too many changes to the hole itself. But this is when the player starts getting into gravity, so this is when the underground section is supposed to get confusing. And this next hole gets very confusing. This is what it looks like inside of the editor. It's very hard to navigate, especially when I can't reorient my own gravity. It's a little easier on the ice during the actual course. You can see it. You got to go forward a little bit. And then depending on how you bounce, if you get back up here, this is where the secret hole-in-one is. That'll leave you out there, but you're supposed to bounce off this plank of wood. I just got lucky with my hit there. And you can either continue forward, or you can go up on the wall up there. That's the output of the hole right there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to this wall, and I fell. I'm going to try that again. There we go. I'm going to have a lot more leading lines. Everything in this hole is subject to change. This one right now is my least favorite one. But that's just because without the set design, the way that the hole actually continues is pretty strange, all things considered. Yeah, and this one right here doesn't really lead anywhere too fun. But yeah, you can see that every single wall has some sort of surface to go onto. You can either trace back there, or what I like to do is right here. I missed. Bounce off this thing, go here, fall down here because I'm bad. Now I'm gonna go that way. And then here. Then I'm going to try again on this jump right here. Not enough. There we go. And then the hole is right at the bottom of this, if you can land it. But of course I'm not that lucky. I plan on expanding this a little bit more, that way you can actually land in without it being too difficult. But then that hole leads what is presumably down, but it actually goes this way and starts right here, where the editor doesn't do a great job of it, but this is what the hole looks like in the right orientation it's supposed to be. Now you can either go off the track without knowing what's down there, or you can actually just launch off. This level is going to have a lot more moving parts as time goes on, and as I do the set design a little bit more, it's going to be a little bit more expanded on, so it's not just a completely empty area. A lot of it was just trying to figure out how to work with the terrain and the gravity, because if I press V, this is what the level actually looks like. It's completely upside down, which was a huge pain to build, but it was honestly well worth it. And you go down here, go through this section, a little bit more fire, some lava. Here, reoriented this way. I've never gotten stuck here. So of course that has to happen. And then right back down here. And then the actual output of the level, right here. In this cave. A little bit of fog. The fog is from all the steam from the lava, and where you think you're going down, you actually ended up going up. So yeah, it continues over here, and then goes straight up through the fire, turns, goes down, and then comes out right here. Of course, a little confusing because the camera likes to clip through the wall, but working with what I got. And then you get a little reward. You get some gems. And then the final level on this milestone is coming out of this cave and leading over this way, which you get to see a nice shot of where you actually are. So that's where you fell into the lake over there. You travel all the way across the lake. You can see everything down there, and you went all the way up through here. The entire time you're supposed to believe that you were going down to some regard. I did not mean to launch that far, but I made it. Yeah, the entire time you're supposed to believe that you're going down, but you actually end up going up, and then you output on the top of the mountain. Right here. And then everything past this is everything I'm going to work on next. Of course, there's a lot of polish to be done in the actual mountain inside of here. Especially because, oh boy, is it confusing. This is what it looks like underneath. Lot more polish to be done in there, but of course that's for later. But yeah, it turns out you can't change themes on the same map, so the snowy mountain that I'm gonna make is going to have to be using very just a lot of props covered in snow. It's gonna be very meticulous, but that's okay. And this is where the next hole is going to be on this little ice lake right here. But for now, that's it. Don't think I've made any other changes other than that. And the fact that there's now a mountain here, and then a mountain there, and then the rest should take place all over here. What? That should be everything. Thank you so much.